Patrick, Triple Digit Games. This is a Rock Brokers update video. Rock Brokers update? What's Rock Brokers? I don't know what Rock Brokers is. You're right. This is also the first video for Rock Brokers. Rock Brokers is a game I'm developing. It's a little bit of engine building, it's a little bit of worker placement. It's about going around collecting rocks and processing them and making commissions. So what we need to do today is rework this space. It's kind of been a catch-all for, on this board, whatever is not a spot for collecting specific rocks or, something like that. So it's been VP tracking, it's been player collection, but today we're going to make it the public processing machine place, so that players have that to place their little dudes, their little workers on. So that's what we're going to do today. So even though I know about how big this space is, I'm going to use it's about a 2-inch square, but it's always good to know exactly what you're working with. So 14 by 4. Okay, yeah, we can work with that. Now the fun part of the video, the computer stuff. So these are pretty simple boxes. They don't need to be super elaborate. We're gonna make them 2 inches square. We need a space to put the thing that you're working on and who's working on it. So we need a spot for your worker and a spot for your rock that you're processing. You also need to know what machine it is. Like, is it carving? Is it polishing? Is it annealing? What is it? So we'll put those symbols in there too, and that should be good. Well, that needs to be a little darker, I think. Yeah? Let's try it again. Yeah, there we go. That's better. It looks super dark on the monitor, but it's 25% fill. That's what that came out as, so cool. So why the difference between public and private machines for processing your rocks? Well, until now we've only had private machines, the ones that you own on your own board. I had some suggestions from some of the people who play tested it, partially about wanting more spaces to go to put their guys, and I am adding a second worker to everybody's like resources. So we want that. It also gives me extra play space and design space to go into. For instance, like these public machines, they're all only going to take one turn to process, no matter what it is, as opposed to the private machines, which take 2 or 3 turns to do. The trade-off is that you have to put one of your workers on one of these, whereas the ones that you have in your private tableau, you don't have to put workers on, and you can upgrade those. I might include upgrades for these later on, but for now we're just going to try them and see if that's a good enough spot to do. So, yep. They're kind of nasty with the colored stuff on there, huh? All the stuff that I drew on. Yeah, we're probably just going to have to take that off or put another piece of paper over it. I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, I mean, creation is destruction, right? The other thing about the public machines that I forgot to mention is that I want them to be leasable by the players. And that would mean that whenever anybody uses one of the public machines that you lease or own, I don't know about the verbiage, but you'd get a bit of a kickback. I don't know, money, debris, something. But I think to include that, you'd have to have these public machines upgradable in some way. The upgrade would probably add to the income that you would get from them. It would have to make it worthwhile. But yeah, something to make these more than just spots to put your dude, Make it an investment. Make it something that's going to pay off for the players. So that gives them another path to victory. That's one thing that I want to include in this game, is having multiple ways to finish, not just the one way. It's really easy to get, when you're designing, to get locked down into that kind of thing where it's like, you have the way that you're going to play it in your head, and so you think everyone's going to want to play it that way, but you gotta have a little more space than that, which is something that I've learned recently, kind of on this game, actually. This in the last game that I was working on. It's one thing to have a way to win, but it's another thing to have only one way to win. And in a engine building game, like I imagine this game to be, you don't want to lump everybody into the same path to victory, because that's going to make for boring gameplay. And then, they're gonna feel locked in. It's like being railroaded in an RPG, sort of that. So that's better, good enough, I think. Yeah, we can put a piece of paper over that one. That doesn't mean anything anymore either. All right, let's glue them down. Fast. Doesn't want to dry. Does make it a little clearer though. That's unfortunate. One other thing I'm gonna do is make an indicator that this is a worker space. So we'll go and draw our little person. That's good enough, right? That looks like a person. Yeah? How about this one? Yeah, close enough. We're gonna add another location on the board here. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 places. Sort of like Winding River where you can collect one of any debris, but we're gonna have you get 3 of any debris. But that's all you get from there because I have a path to victory through just being a debris hoarder. So we're gonna make this little spot right here the wash. I got a new pen because that big chisel thing is too gigantic. So let's see. It's a little spot, so we'll just do like right. The wash. We got our handy debris stickers here. I printed these on 3/4 inch sticker paper. I used these a lot when I was making the tokens for the game, and this is another good place to use this over again without making anything new. It's a prototype. And then, because it's all black and white, we'll highlight the edge of this. My son did this initially on the other ones, like that one, but he's at school, so he can't help with that right now. 1, 2, 3. There we go. New worker place. Hey, Future Patrick here with a lesson in planning ahead. Because when I made those things, those pieces, I didn't take everything into consideration. Now, I had plenty of it in my mind that I needed to have on that UI for those little pieces, but for some reason I just made the thing and didn't plan ahead on any of that. So I've made a second one, which is better, and it has, hey, guess what? It has all the information that you need to play it. Amazing, right? Yeah. So here is the new version of the public machines with important information for the players to know. First of all, who owns it? You can put your little colored chip there. Also, how much it costs to buy the thing. They do cost money. You cannot just have them for free. And also what the owner gets when you get it. Now, I've already gotten a couple notes from my playtesting group about this little part here. It's too small, which I agree, and I will make it bigger when I make another version. The other thing I didn't take into consideration when I was making those is that you can modify this. So the reward that the owner gets can change based on if there's an upgrade to that public machine or not. Hey, look at the lights. So I had to make them as wide as the cards, 2.5 inches. Hey, and sometimes it works out, even when you don't plan ahead all the way. Now, yes, plan ahead, but don't let perfection be the enemy of getting something done. Nothing ever comes out perfect the first time, and you're going to have to redo it. So just make it, and it'll get better, and it'll get better, and you'll keep doing it. That's the way it goes. It's a prototype. It's not supposed to be perfect. It's not supposed to be finished. But get started at least. Don't just wait. Just do it. 1, 2, 3, 4.